Good evening, vinyl community. Hope you're all doing well. It's Friday night here. I've just finished eating dinner and I watched a couple of video responses to the hot topic at the moment, which is Enough is Enough, which Robert Z started, I think, earlier in the week. So I just finished watching Doug's video and I watched Paul Brackery Dub's video and I watched John Bellamy's video and so I originally watched Robert's video on Wednesday evening, I think. I don't normally watch Robert Z's videos, but I've sort of this whole thread's been in my mind for the past couple of days, and I sort of wanted to offer my 2 cents. Maybe it's quite different being a bit younger than everyone else or who are making these videos, or people with larger collections and later in life and stuff like that. But I was talking to another VC member, and the impression we got from that video that he may as well be collecting buttons or may as well be collecting Coca-Cola cans. There's no mention of the music. It just seemed to me to be more like hoarding. I mean, he brought up the fact that he has 10 copies of Atom Heart Mother. Okay, so the weird part for me was in the beginning of the video, he was talking about how he's not a hoarder or a collector or someone that buys whole collections and stuff like that. But then later on, he talks about having 10 copies, whatever it was, promo gold stamp versions of Atom Heart Mother. So it's very contradictory there. I don't know what was going on in that point. I can't even understand that you would never listen to a record in 10 years. That just blows my mind. It seems insane. I don't know. Maybe I've been collecting for 8 years, and even now I've become very selective in what I get and what can add to the collection, add to the story of my collection. And I was watching Doug's video just before, and he talks about his collection being sort of more like a library. And I really love the idea, and I completely agree. So maybe your kids in the future can look at the stuff, and I think it's really important or really cool to have original pressings or even reissues of really classic albums or touchstones of musical history. I don't need to have every single record by an artist. I'm not into being a completist. If an artist has 3 good records and 10 average records, I'm happily take the 3 and cut it at that. I don't see the need to waste money or space hoarding whole collections for the sake of it. I mean, I reckon I would go through my collection maybe every 7 to 8 months and purge records. I don't have a problem doing that. I don't have any. If I buy a record and I don't like it, I'll give it a few more spins and most likely get rid of it. I don't regret that. At least I'm trying new things, and if I don't like them, they can go for the time. I just can't understand it. My mind is blown. To not listen to a record in 10 years is crazy, I reckon I've got about 600 records here, which, I think that's relatively small in comparison to some of you guys. And I reckon I may, if I didn't trade or sell what I've had, I reckon I would have close to 1,000 or over 1,000. So, I don't know. I just feel like my approach maybe is very different to some other people in the VC who seem to be into hoarding and, having masses and masses of records. And stuff. I don't feel like I need to buy records I see everywhere around. I see people showing. I don't know. I can just rant. I'm not ranting about that. I'm just talking about my thoughts on Robert Z's video and the fact that hasn't listened to a record in 10 years. It's just hoarding. I just feel like it's hoarding. It's insane. I don't know. I'm almost lost for words, really. I can't even imagine I don't know. I feel like I should leave it at that because I'll just end up rambling for a bit longer. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. I just to summarize, I suppose I really like what Doug said about his collection being the library. I think that's a great way of looking at it. And sort of to combine Fred's idea, who often talks about having a fat-free collection. I suppose that's the way I want to do it. have classic albums, important albums, great albums. I don't want filler. I don't want things that are faded off into nothingness. I don't know. That's my opinion. Thanks for watching, as usual, and I'll see you all soon.